slipping on your pimping, man. Y'all have not been wiping y'all feet, hitting the like button when you're coming in. I ain't even gonna let y'all see the tiger today. You can't see the tiger. Cause y'all ain't doing right. Y'all ain't doing right. Well look, y'all, what we're gonna talk about today is the wide receivers, the revolving door in and out of Colorado right now. Are we upgrading? Are we losing great talent? Are we creating a wide receiver factory over here? Like, what's going on in Colorado right now? So let's just dive in, dissect some of this stuff, and I want y'all to tell me where y'all think some of these players are going. All right, so first, let's do the first one. The first one, my man Taris, he's leaving. Dawson, I think it's Taris Dawson. He's leaving. So he came from Auburn, went to Colorado. He started out with Colorado doing pretty good, and then he just kind of, like, we didn't see him towards the end of the season, right? We've seen some kind of stuff. They said him and Willie Gaines were roommates. We seen him post some kind of video showing when he was open, and he did some stuff through social media letting people know, like, look, he's a baller. He should have got more playing time, stuff like that. And he's moving on now. He's kind of upset, a little disgruntled, because he was like, if they wanted to get rid of me, they should have told me before, so I could have jumped into the transfer portal. But from what I'm hearing from the Colorado camp, he came back late after Valentine's Day, and that's why he got in more trouble, or got in the doghouse, however you want to say it. So if that's true, that was after the transfer portal, so they couldn't give you a heads up if you did something. It was a self-inflicted wound, right? After the transfer portal closed. But I kind of knew the writing was on the wall, but I didn't speak on it because I don't want to never say anything about a person's situation, and it might still be a relationship that can work. And then if I start saying stuff, I don't want to be the person to put something in the air, right? So now that this relationship has dissolved, I speak on it. But like, I knew something was wrong when I didn't see him. Like when Travis got hurt, I thought he was gonna get a lot of reps, and it almost like he disappeared during that time, right? Because we remember him in the Nebraska game, but in the Colorado State game, I thought he was gonna step up and take Travis reps, but that didn't happen, right? So what school do y'all think he should transfer to? Hey, what's going on, LG? What school? I'm thinking he should transfer to the Aztecs, because he already know the offense. The offense coordinator, the head coach now, is familiar with him. If they had somewhat of a good relationship, if he go there, he will be the most talented wide receiver on that team. So he should get a lot of play time. You heard Omar White was under Shadur's live saying, "I'm coming." Oh, okay. All right. I'll check on that. And I need to reach out to my people in my hometown and really check in on the situation with Omar White. I just been ripping, running, doing a lot. Y'all see I haven't been posting, so I've been busy. But I'll check it. I got some people I can call and that know the head coach. So he should know the head coach of the high school team that Omar White is playing for. So he should know. I need to create a relationship with him, but I just haven't. I haven't, man. I think I've been to one game so far since he's been the head coach. He's been the head coach 3 years. So that's my bad for not keeping in touch with my hometown people like I need to. But hey, when you're moving and shaking out here in life, man, it's hard. But I'll reach out and try to find out. I'll do that this week for sure. But what schools do y'all think Dawson should try to transfer to? What schools? I think if he goes to I know Syracuse just lost. I think they lost their lead receiver last year. I don't know if that'll be a good fit, but I know they got a quarterback. And they brought in a lot of nice wide receivers out of high school this year, so I don't know if that'd be a good fit. I feel like a team like a Georgia State, if he go to Georgia State, because remember, this guy was a 4-star wide receiver. If he go to a school like a Georgia State, he might be able to jump into the starting lineup. And I don't think he only had like 1 year left, maybe 2 years left. So he need to make a splash if he's trying to make a run. You know, everybody, that's they play, they want to try to make it to the league. He got to go to a school where he can get some reps with a good quarterback. Man, hell. Now look, JSU, it's some rumblings down there with JSU, dog. JSU, it's like they lost a lot of people. They lost a offensive coordinator, I think, and a defensive coordinator. But they replaced them guys. And a lot of guys had jumped in the portal. A lot of guys was making like statements like they were going to jump in the portal, but they came back. So whatever Coach Taylor doing down there, he doing something right with the players. They buying in and they staying at JSU. I don't know if they going in the portal. They just not. Well, now some guys. I know 2 guys made it seem like they were going to leave, and they didn't leave. I know it was one of the top wide receivers that came in, and a top transfer that came in from Oregon, Seven McGee. But I like what Coach Taylor. I'm watching. I'm paying attention. I'm rooting for Coach Taylor. I want him to turn that thing. Well, not necessarily turn it around. I want him to guide that plane and take it to a high level. I'm gonna have my Tiger outfit on this year, y'all, rooting for JSU. But hey, you're right. He better choose wisely because he running out of time. This is his last go around right here. So but I'm just looking at the schools. I don't think he should go to a Florida or to a place like that. I think he need to go somewhere. It's just hard, man. Like honestly, I said this, but he need to go to Nebraska. He need to go to Nebraska. But I don't think it'll be fun in Nebraska though. Like that's why Georgia State would be the best place for him to go. At least he can have fun, and he get to play against some teams like App State, stuff like that. And it's not too far away from his parents. Everybody like going to Atlanta. It's easy to get flights to Atlanta. So Georgia State, I think, will become a big time destination for a lot of these guys. These guys that got talent, but they haven't been able to find a good fit. I think Georgia State will be a new home for a lot of these guys. Or he might could go to UCLA. Because I remember watching UCLA. I don't remember them having any wide receivers that just stood out to me. Oh, he did? The long snapper hit the portal? Well, it makes sense now, man. Like, you can kind of tell the offensive line that you can see the lineman now. Like, I seen I wanted to make a video about that. Tyler Brown the other day. Like, Tyler Brown was looking good. He was looking, Tyler Brown almost getting too big right now. Tyler Brown looked like a bodybuilder. I mean, he like an old beefcake out there, boy. And our offensive line looking real good. Now, I'm going to say something. Now, I'm going to say that for my offensive line video. I'm going to say that for my offensive line. I want Will Off Media to drop that video when they were doing those one-on-ones. But I see something good happening, and I see something bad happening at the same time with the offensive line. But we'll do that when we talk about the offensive line. Today, we're going to talk about the wide receivers. What do y'all think of what's my man I can't think of his name now. What's the wide receiver dog that's in the draft right now? I can't even think of his name. Y'all don't know why I be forgetting everybody's name. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Benson. And we're gonna talk about that, man. When I saw that, I looked at that whole thing. We'll talk about that tomorrow, y'all. We'll talk about the offensive line, D-line tomorrow. Hopefully he'll drop that video today, and we can really talk about the one-on-ones and the technique and who did good. But just by what I seen the other day, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't all good. I'll say that. You talking about that fast wide receiver that ran that 4.2? Are you talking about? Hold on, who you talking about? Running 4.2 and got bricks for hands? You talking about my man that's transferring out, Dawson? I can't say he got bricks for hands. I didn't see him drop a pass. Oh, the dude at the combine. Oh yeah. I saw that. You talking about the last guy? The last guy that ran his 40, that ran the fastest time. Ever since Ross, whatever that wide receiver name, Ross, he came out of Washington. He ran at 4.1 or whatever, and he made it to the league, and he didn't really do what everybody thought he was gonna do. I think 40 times kind of just died a little bit. It was just like, we see you with your 40 times, but I want to see your body of work. I want to see it. But the thing about Ross had a body of work and he had a 40 times. So, but I don't think 40 times mean as much now in the NFL combine like they used to back in the early 2000s. I think it's people know that's just like it's like makeup on a pretty girl. You know, I want to see how you look without your makeup on. That's how it is with a 40, man. 40, you can't. It ain't nobody ain't trying to hit you. You ain't trying to catch no ball. You ain't trying to stop nobody. So you don't got no resistance. You know, I don't see some guys that can run fast and they get jammed and they can't get off the jam. But I've seen fast guys that get open and they can't catch. So you're right. But going back to Weaver, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Weaver, y'all. So Weaver, what do y'all think? What team y'all think gonna pick up Weaver? I think Kansas City might pick up Weaver. I think Baltimore might pick up Weaver. I think Tampa might pick up Weaver. Because you gotta remember, Tampa, they saw Weaver when he was playing for the Bulls. And then he went on to Colorado and he did good too. So I don't think Weaver's gonna go high. I think Weaver's gonna go after the 5th round if he get drafted. But I really think he's gonna get picked up like in later rounds or even free agency. And that's not a bad thing. Because y'all gotta understand this wide receiver class is very deep. Like, it's very deep. It's so many good wide receivers now. It's not like how it used to be back in the 90s. Where you had more running backs and tight ends. Now you got more wide receivers. So it's a bunch of wide receivers. And I think a lot of people trying to sew up their defense of line, offensive line, the interior, and then they working on they building out. In out. That's how a lot of teams they try to build in outwards. Not like Coach Prime, he building outwards to in. So I think, where y'all think he gonna go, man? Let me see. Yeah, I can see that. If he go to Baltimore, he have a Florida quarterback. He gonna have that Florida connect. That's what I'm picking him for Baltimore. It's another school, another team I said he might go to the other day. Denver Broncos might pick him up. The Broncos might get him. Tampa, Kansas City, or Baltimore. They're my picks right there. They're my 4 picks. Because the Chiefs, they need a wide receiver that they can get in the later rounds that got hands. A guy that they can rely on. Now the Saints could be a good fit for him too. Yeah, a lineman pulling a hamstring running a 40-yard dash should never happen because they shouldn't be running those 40s. It's just stupid to me. Like, they should run their 10, they shuttles. The lineman should get measured on your shuttles, but a 40-yard dash, that don't even make sense. Don't make sense. And it's happened time and time again. And some of those guys that ran, I don't know if y'all remember that it was a big dude I think he was out of Ohio State, big lineman. And I remember he ran like a fast 40 a long time ago. And everybody was talking about they just kept showing his 40, kept showing his 40. He got to the league, he didn't do nothing. They called him Big Poppy or something. Big dude, man. He was out of Ohio. I mean, he ran like a 4.7. It was the first time a big dude that was like 300 pounds ran like a 4.7. And they kept showing it, kept showing it. Man, that dude got to the league and didn't do nothing. But hold on, y'all. I want to get y'all where y'all think he going, man. We're gonna get the Western Knicks and we're gonna get the Will Knicks. But y'all weigh in because I want to see when the draft come up. I don't want y'all to be in the comments saying I knew he was going there. Y'all let me know where y'all think. DJ Promo, you said the Chiefs. You saying the Chiefs. LG, you leaning towards Baltimore. Diggs, where you got? Where you think we were going? What NFL squad might pick up Weaver? You say, hold on. So Weaver got hurt in the at the combine? I didn't know he got hurt, or he was playing through an injury or something. I thought he set out the last game of the season so he could start focusing on the combine. I mean, you right about that. He don't really got a lot of options. Dawson, he don't got a lot of options. But he was a 4-star wide receiver, so he got some options. And he had a flash at Colorado last year. So, and when he played last year, you can't say he messed up. Like, I can't say where he cost us anything. He actually did pretty good. So I think he got more potential. Like, people can't say he a bust. So I think he can help a lot of teams out. But Cam, you on one this morning early, huh? Everybody say hey to Cam. He in here wilding this morning. And Peter, I kind of feel the same way. You heard what I said. He might go late or free agency. That's what I said. I've been solid on that. Me and DJ Promo talked about that a long time ago. I think it's always better to be drafted, but as a free agent, you got more control as a free agent. Like, when you get drafted, they're going to draft you. As a free agent, your agent will come to you and say, okay, we can go to this camp, this camp, this camp. Now you can go look at those rosters and say, okay, I see the guys I have to go against on this roster. Or I might know this quarterback, or I might be familiar with this offensive coordinator, how he run this scheme. This scheme works better for me. So as a free agent, you get to hand pick your destination out of the teams that offer you. When you get drafted, you got to go whoever, like, call your name. So real quick, y'all, this is starting to be a topic. Who y'all think gonna have the best season, or the best numbers, the most impact coming to Colorado? LeJounte or Will? Who y'all think is gonna have the biggest impact? I think LeJounte is gonna catch the most balls, and he's gonna be more exciting. But I think Will is gonna have the big plays, the crucial plays, the big touchdowns. I think we're gonna have more long touchdowns, and I think Jonte is gonna work the middle a lot. He's gonna do a lot of that. He's gonna be Shadua's favorite target, but I think in the crunch moments, I think Will is gonna show up because Will is used to playing big time ball week in, week out, SEC. Not saying LeJounte can't play big time ball, whatever, knocking their conference or whatever. Because when he played against Clemson, he did his thing, and he should have had like 200 plus against Clemson. The quarterback just couldn't get him the ball. But I feel like because LeJounte is going to be doing this thing, working the middle, being the number one target in crucial situations, the defense is going to start kind of like trying to bracket him, and it's going to give Will opportunities to be wide open and have one-on-ones with DBs that might not be their number one DB. It might be their number two DB because they're trying to put their number one DB on LeJounte. And I think Will going to cook. I think in the third, fourth quarter, I think Will going to cook. I think Jimmy going to benefit from it too. But I just think Will is homegirl, and he more polished, and he got a bigger body. Now I'm in Missouri. I'm close to Nebraska. I'm in Missouri. Cordell, he might do his thing. I feel like he's gonna do his thing, but he got time. He got 3 years. Will and LeJounte only got 1 year. And as Colorado, remember, Coach Prime is building a brand. So you want Jimmy, Will, or LeJounte to have a great year, and hopefully they get drafted high. If they get these guys in the combine next year, and they talk at the combine next year, now that makes more wide receivers want to come to Colorado. So that's the thing right there. You gotta kind of look at that. Like, we're trying to brand ourselves too. We're trying to win games, but you're trying to brand and market yourself to be appealing to other players. So they want to show these guys, like, look, if you come over here, man, you can be a household name. You can get 1,000 yards. I think that's why we brought in the Phillips, the wide receiver coach, because he was a 1,000-yard receiver. Like, he did it in the NFL, XFL, college, not XFL, Canadian League. So I hope he teaches these guys how to be a pro and just help them build on the foundation they already got. Because, I mean, Will and LeJounte, to me, I think Will and LeJounte, if they'd went to the draft this year, they probably would have got drafted. I know LeJounte would have got drafted. I think Will would have got drafted too. So right now, they just trying to improve their draft position by being seen by everybody, by being on the prime time stage. See, I think next year, Miller and Baby T.O. and the guy from NC State, man, all these dudes like 6'3", and they can all run. I think next year gonna be their year to just murder. So what? Hold on. Wait a minute. He didn't get a combine invite? I saw him taking pictures and stuff at the combine with the NFL combine mic in front of him. Peter, you sure about that? Peter, you sure about that? He was on NFL Network, I think. Because that's where I got my thumbnail from. Yeah, but see, like I say, I think Miller, Baby T.O., next year is their year. I think they're going to get some catches this year. But I think next year is when they're going to really take off. And honestly, you got to understand, what Marvin Harrison Jr. did last year didn't really matter. What I mean, I'm talking about like his sophomore year. He caught some balls. He did some nice stuff his sophomore year. But if he would have had a bad junior year, his stock would have dropped. So if you play a lot of years and you put up a lot of numbers, that's good. But you also, every time you go out there and you catch that ball, you go across the middle, you do whatever, you put yourself in harm's way to get hurt, get injured, right? So if these guys, Miller and all these guys, if they get in the game here and there and get maybe like 15, 20 catches this year, 25 catches at the most, that's cool. But wait until your junior year to really explode. And now, if you have good numbers, you got good measurables, you can go to the league and you don't put your body through so much wear and tear. That's the one thing that a lot of these great players have done. They put in a lot of work and they wore their body down. So once they got to the league, they was damn near injured already and they just trying to limp through the league. Most football players have, especially NFL guys, they have like 6 to 10 surgeries. So you ain't really trying to beat your body up in college. You want to be as fresh as possible. So I don't think it's a bad thing if Baby T.O. and Miller and all them don't have big numbers. Just as long as they improving, getting better, and next year is they get to have big numbers. I mean, I don't want these guys to be one and done, but I want them to have a decent numbers and then have a outbreak year going to the draft. No, I can't say that, Peter. Coach Prime, he rep Weaver. He talked about him. He said some stuff about he a pro and he's consistent. I remember I seen a video he was talking about. He said the thing about Weaver is he's consistent. You know what you're gonna get from him day in and day out. One thing I wish he would have said is you don't have to worry about the off the field stuff, off the field issues. You're not gonna get no phone calls 2 a.m. about this guy. I wish you'd have said that. But he talked about his work ethic, how he does everything the right way, and he's consistent, and he loves the game of football. That's his main focus. He's locked in. He's a guy. He's a guy that can be locked in and you can count on. So he said that about him. Okay, so that might be why he didn't play at the end of the season. Maybe he was hurt, so he just kind of shut it down. My top 3 star receivers is Jimmy Horn, LeJounte, and Will. That's my top 3 every day of the week, and I feel like the tight end gonna make some noise too. Because the tight end, if y'all remember, at Jackson State, when Shador has a good tight end, he throws to his tight end. Like, y'all know Shador like making a safe throw. So checking down, throwing to your tight end, that's a safe throw for Shador. So I think the tight end is gonna get a lot of catches. Uh, Hold on, what you talking about? Nebraska? Someone had a volunteering receiver. The ex-staff is working for Fran Brown now as a volunteer. Oh, I gotta look into that. I get what you're saying. Somebody volunteering to work for Syracuse that used to work for Nebraska, but I don't know the whole subject matter, so I'll look into that. A lot of these coaches don't get paid like y'all think they do. They be trying to find a door to get in, and once they get in, then they can get paid. A lot of these coaches live off room and board. They just got a place to stay and something to eat. So he was the director at Baylor. Now it's some kind of Baylor connect with them boys. It's a Baylor connect. Yeah, all of them worked for Baylor at one point in time. I think Fran Brown, I think he worked for Baylor. I think they worked for Baylor before they got to Georgia. I could be wrong on that, but they might have some ties, and he ain't had no room on this roster right now, coaching slot. So he just said, "Man, come on, we'll put you up." Well, that dude probably knew he was about to get fired. Damn, his shoulder keep popping out. Oh, that ain't good. Well, Peter, you might be right. If his shoulder keep popping out, he might not get drafted at all. He might not get drafted. He might not get picked up. So I'm gonna say this. Sometimes when people make moves like that, something happen. Something happened that nobody don't want to get out. So they just like trying to move around, and it's best to keep working so you don't have to explain why you had to sit out for a year. When you sit out for a year, they like, what happened? So now they're gonna start digging into why you didn't work last year, and then they might find out you got into an issue at, I don't know. So I don't want to speak bad or put nothing negative out, but there's a reason why he made that move. If something went down, they had an argument or something happened, and Fran Brown was like, "Look, man, come on over here, I got you." Yeah, now Jordan might get drafted. He might get drafted, and honestly, throughout the season, I was saying he was that one guy on the team that kind of popped, that could make it onto an NFL roster. But I think Jordan might be. It might would have been better for him if he would have been trying to get on with one of these. What's the new football league? United Football League or whatever. Try for the NFL, but I think he would have had a better shot going into this other league, this new XFL league. I could be wrong. But hey, y'all, I'm finna jump up out of here. I just want to throw that out there about these wide receivers, my thoughts. And I'm glad y'all told me about his shoulder was popping out. I didn't know. I remember he was kind of injured, but I didn't know his shoulder was popping out. Dang. I hope my man get better. I wish him the best. Now this is the main reason why I try to tell parents about, if you have kids that play sports, teach them, okay, sports is your base, but you got to have another secondary plan that's going to last you for the rest of your life. Because even if you didn't get injured, sports are only going to last for so long. But 100% of guys get injured. 100% of guys get injured. Some of them are minor, some of them are major. Some guys come back from major. I remember it was a guy that played in the league for the Steelers with like a half of a foot. And I remember I messed up my ankle, and I was trying to tell myself, like, man, this dude played with half of a foot. You can play with a screw in your ankle, but that shit hurt, bro. It hurt, dog. I mean, I almost, like, one time I couldn't even walk to the dining hall. I was in so much pain, and I was like, man, fuck this. It's over. It's over. So, injuries, man, the injuries, they take out a lot of greats. A lot of greats. Like, think about Fred Taylor, Deshaun Foster. A lot of these guys was nice. And they, I forgot that running back way back in the day, Sims. What was the running back that played for the Lions before Barry Sanders? Like, he got taken out too. There's injuries, man. So, yeah, man, people get hurt and beat up, and life is not fair, bro. Football is it's not fair. But hey, we gonna jump on tomorrow. Hopefully they gonna post these one-on-ones. If they post these one-on-ones, I might go live tonight, but for sure I will go live tomorrow. Cause I want to break this down. I want to see if these linemen doing a lot of talking, or they doing a lot of biting. I think it's a lot of talking going on, and I don't know how much biting going on. I see some guys trying to punk some guys. I'm seeing some of this stuff, and I don't know how it's gonna turn out. Like, it's good, but it could get bad, y'all. It could get bad. But I'll see y'all tomorrow or later on tonight, depending on when this video drop. All right, gone.